Oh, pixelation. Stop moving.
Ah, we almost had it. What if I'm still?
That's exactly it.
No.
No, what's interesting is I found some, unfortunately, been having to research cell signals. Hey, stop doing the flash stuff. And learning way too much about cell signals and stuff. It's like crazy. Why can't
Trying to move my
anybody?
cell phone away. It's not going to work.
What's that?
So I was trying to move my cell phone away. I was like, is that where he's going?
No. No, I've had some weird, and it's just in the last 4 or 5 days. All of a sudden, with my phone in the exact same spot, nothing has really changed on my end as far as where I put my phone and different things. And all of a sudden, people have said that they're hearing. I'm not having problem hearing them. They're having problem hearing me.
No.
And so I went into researching that and found out way more than I wanted to know. So
yes, I've done that a few times. You go down one rabbit hole and you just keep going.
it is. It's like I actually thought Wi-Fi calling might have been hurting my phone. It would probably be helpful. I'm like arm's length from my router. So I've actually switched it back on, and we'll see what happens. I thought it was potentially because of that was causing issues. But no, it could be beneficial. Anyway.
I was half tempted to just get rid of my actual phone line and just keep my smartphone for like Wi-Fi calling only. Like get one of the voice over IPs that I already have for my business and only use that.
Yep. Yep. It's interesting how fast all that stuff is moving, and like I say, once you do a little research, then you go, wow, wish I would have known that, but I do now.
It's crazy.
So let's finish a book funnel today.
I know. So what were your thoughts on our stuff that we did yesterday?
What's that?
What were your thoughts on stuff we did yesterday?
No, I really like it. I think that from what we're working to do with Business Growth Network, what we're working to do with a variety of other projects. And the fact is that, many times, obviously I deal with so many speakers and trainers and things like that. And the predominance is the marketplace tells them they should have a book. And that's true. You should. I have 13 of them.
I have none.
Well, but the point is that's the good news is you have them. The other news is you haven't really it hasn't really if you don't use it, it's like you don't have it.
Yeah, right? Might as well not. Yeah,
you might as well not have it. So there's a lot of here's what I really would love to help get put together with Double Funnel TV and BGN, Business Growth Network, and everything we're working to do. I would like to have a place where people can go to consistently get executable strategies and execution plans that are not half-baked, that are not self-serving, that are not, well, I'm just trying to get you to produce a book because I get a little piece off the book. You know what I'm saying? In other words, here's a plan. Execute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, here it is. Go do it.
Well, that's what I was just thinking, like, for all the people that we know.
Right.
That could use landing pages and sell. I'm in one of those modes, like, I'm waiting for Kyrio to have like one more like great yearly sale, right? And then tell them like, hey, we're about to move over to 2.0. Sign up for this now, and as soon as 2.0 launches, I will build it all out for you.
Well, and I wonder if you and I know you talk with Neil and talk with the Kyvio folks, but maybe if we both talk with them or we do something to kind of lay out the thought, right? I mean, because again, I think on one side, the vendors, the tool makers, the tool providers like Kyvio, I think they kind of want the same thing. But because of their frame of reference, they produce what they think that is. In other words, they haven't pulled in, a speaker. They haven't pulled in a digital marker. You know what I'm saying? They haven't pulled in the breadth of.
Well, there's a lot of things I say, especially depending on where you came from. So definitely want to do that. I just want to do it in a smart way. And if I'm being perfectly self-serving, in a way that best helps my friends.
Well, yeah, no, and I'm all for that too. Don't get me wrong.
Where did I see? I just saw this. Oh, okay. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but I'm just saying that I think that, again, in some of the consulting and some of the projects that are going on, okay, there are, it's repetitive need, meaning you kind of walk in and everybody's missing the same piece or the same little this or the same little that, or they don't have, their messaging is jacked, or and somebody is looking at that messaging with all great intention going, this is the best freaking messaging in history, right? And they truly believe that. They truly believe that. And then the actual average person, the person who's going to write the check, looks at that same stuff and goes, what the hell are they smoking?
Right.
And so I just think it would be, I think there's a great need to, I think when things move so fast and technology happens so fast and all this stuff gets rolling, I think people think shortcuts, authority, I've got to be the authority now. I've got authority. Right. They got to do all this stuff so fast that they forget that people are people. And
they forget that people are people.
Well,
unwrap that one.
Well, but I'm just saying that
why I add social buttons over here.
Because they can deliver information so quickly doesn't mean that people consume it and unwrap it so quickly. Right? That people are people. People want to be, they want to be loved. They want to be cared for. They want to be hugged. They want to be.
You know what one that I think people miss is people are bored and want to be excited.
Well, but I think we live in a world of overstimulation from that side. And so I think we want to be excited, but if you really chase that, if we chase that, the attention span will go from 4 seconds to 3 seconds. I mean, my God, how much we can't sensationalize stuff even more. I mean, maybe we can. I'm sure we can. I'm just saying.
We can.
Well, I'm sure we can, but I'm just saying from a standpoint of.
So to interrupt for 1 second, this is one of the things that, for example, goes back to the fact that Kyvio has been something that started out as a baby as Instapage, and the people who are making the templates just not there. Right here, they have a social button that drops these pretty icons in, makes them all perfectly spaced, links them for you. And then over here, I've got an image. This is the one that was in the template, and this is the one I added using Kyvio.
Right.
Where I can't link this to 3 different things. It's an image. I can only link it to one.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved the idea of like this centered here and very simple.
But it's actually 4 boxes now, right? 4.
Yeah, it's 4 well, it's a social box. It's actually one box, but that box is meant for social icons, so it provides the images for you.
Got
it. Has a space for the links, so it's super easy. Terms and conditions. You know, I only learned how to make this straight line in my text like 6 months ago. Where it's a straight up and down line. All right, there we go. Let's make this a little smaller. There we go. Let's see if I can. Terms and conditions. Where's their market?
Yeah. I'm just saying that I think that the I guess my point is I like the idea. That's why I like the idea of Business Growth Network. Okay. Business growth is something that needs to be done universally. And so I like the idea of having a repository of good stuff where people aren't, there are not so many strings attached to it all. You know, I mean, the intent is to serve people so that they can grow their business so they can serve more people. You know, I mean, novel concept.
Oh my gosh, that's too far out there.
Why?
You're trying to think outside the box. I get it though. Like, I feel like my time is almost taken advantage of. Like, I like doing stuff like this, and I can help more people at one time. I'm gonna have to put a cap on my in-person help though.
Well, yeah. I mean, the point of doing this is to try to help, is to allow more people to help themselves too.
Exactly. And I can't. We had discussed this. I know we did, and I know I talked about it with Mr. Alcorn over at the Veterans Business Operations Center, where help is not the right word.
Assistance.
Because it feels like a handout.
Well, it's either mentoring or it's assistance or it's guidance. I mean, you have a guide. Well, but you have a guidance counselor in school, right? A guidance counselor is supposed to give you guidance. It's business guidance. It's business. Gosh, the word was right there and I just lost it.
Counseling, mentoring, not assistance.
No, it's not assistance, but it's dadgummit. I'll remember it.
Will you?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's see. We have a dark background.
But I mean, I like again, I'm all for giving people a hand up, not a handout. I think you want to help them achieve what they want to achieve and get them and guide them down the path. You know, I mean, I know that I have been guilty of working to help way too many people that don't want to help themselves. And I've had to learn that doesn't work.
Right. Why? Computer's running slow. All right, let's see.
I love the idea of putting things in place that allow people to pursue their passions, but do it in the right way. You know, there's so many people that are just flat ass lying to people saying, well, you can be a gazillionaire in 12 seconds. All you got to do is these 6 things. Bullshit. Oops.
You can be a gazillionaire.
Well, you can be, but you can't do it in 6 seconds, and you can't do it in
12 seconds, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are more steps. There are probably more steps than that. No, there's nothing. You can do it. Absolutely. You know, I mean, the one thing that's interesting is you can have significant diversity in your skill sets and what you can accomplish, and given a little direction, you know.
I'm going to try to add video with color overlay. I'm trying to figure out if I can do color overlay with video.
Wow. Look at you getting all fancy schmancy here.
They have video, so on live page only, so I've got to put some stuff on it. He actually did it on this one, but that one's already got that going on it.
I mean so you're talking about in that back square?
Yeah.
Or back full width column?
Yep.
Yeah, it is kind of cool to have that
here, I thought
background video going.
And his is when they actually did Warrior Week, made all those middle-aged men crawl in the sand. This right here is your ability as a business, and I was going over some of my templates yesterday on how to onboard clients. You need to be able to explain your business in one of 2 ways when you hire a client, or a client hires you, kind of both. You have to either do it by step. Here's step 1, here's step 2, here's step 3, and keep it under 5, right? 5 or under, no more. Or you have to be able to do it conceptually in these pillars, right? So he happens to have it in pillars: business, body, being, and balance. So that image right there, I'm trying to figure out how to do that so that people understand it. I typically do steps, but I do like his more conceptual direction.
His is more of a one place to the next place to the next place to the next. So no matter where you start, you've got to have them all anyway.
Yes.
And I tend to use 7 in my approach, right? And pillars is a good thing to call them. Think about empower is 7 steps. 7 steps to living. 7 steps to living your legacy. Well, and because it all depends on if you're, some people do 3: mind, body, spirit. Some people do 3 in personal, professional, spiritual. Right?
The video is too long. So I think for the video, I need to make a shorter clip.
What's probably got to be it's got to be a loop.
I mean, I almost like it right there where it's just the camera bouncing.
That's cool, though.
That is cool. And it's still got the overlays so you can see. Let's go in here. I'm going to change the overlay to 8.
So all you have to do there is boy, now you gave me an idea what that video is.
Well, in theory, it's one like for someone who has a book. It's where they're speaking and they have a large audience.
Well, it's actually coming on to stage through the large audience.
Mm-hmm. All righty. I just wanted to put a video in there. That way.
I like that.
And then we're going to take the video off of this one since we put it in the one above it. And we're just going to make this a general dark color. So we've kind of gone dark here with this particular book funnel. A Modern Man's Guide to Having It All. Let's see. Okay.
I'm actually very excited about doing this with one of my books.
Which one?
Without customers, you got nothing. Really the business book and the tips, techniques, and strategies to grow from 8 million to 100 million in 5.5 years.
God.
It's good stuff.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Only?
Yeah, it was fun.
Let's see.
We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again.
8 more fonts. Hachua. Ooh, no, a little too.
What's your feeling on fonts?
In what way?
I mean, is there a right font? Is there a consistency? Is there a...
Well, there's so I usually do 3 fonts for clients. One is a very readable, like font for like their blog or their, general writing. So common ones are, I like PT Sans. One of my favorites is Verdana.
Very readable.
Of course, Arial, Helvetica.
Arial's blah.
It is, but it's so readable.
Yeah.
Droid Sans. It is. Well, a lot of these are, it's font, right? Whenever you get into something like this that, has a lot of flair, it certainly has its interesting moments. I usually only use it for like headlines or like the sub-headlines or, one little word here or there.
Right.
But it needs to go with your business. There are studies that suggest that if something is hard to read, that people actually pay attention more closely to the material, which I find interesting. That merely by it being harder to read, that they're more inclined to read it. So you can put something in Comic Sans, and people are more likely to read it.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
Look that
I
way.
get it.
I think I'm going to have to, let me try Arial, my least favorite of all the fonts. Having it all, and then I'm going to make, so this is where Arial is nice because there's so many variations that are everywhere.
Yeah.
You can play with versions of it to get the same effect.
Got it.
There we go. A Modern Business Owner's Guide to Having It All. It doesn't quite have the same styling here. He has a very specific styling. That's much more to his brand, and obviously I would recommend everyone go and branding this to themselves after they get it up and running, after they know it works.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. So we have 10,000 men. I kind of like this because it becomes another little bit of social proof.
Yeah.
10,000 plus men, 27 countries, 7 years of results, right? You're not like some new coach on the block.
Right.
I think we were having that conversation. It's how do you have a 22-year-old coach?
Right. If you're 13, it's awesome.
And they actually have those. I remember like college kids coming up to our school.
Sure. Well, when my daughter was a college volleyball player, and she started coaching 12-year-old girls. It was great, right?
But when you're trying to coach, you know what? I will say this. I think there are some instances, but they're hyper specific. Like if you had, a 55-year-old CEO, let's say 10 years ago, I could see him having a 22-year-old as a coach, coaching him through using social media and working with, millennials or whatever.
Right.
Business. How do you spell businesses?
Yes.
There we go. Business, that is an awkward looking word.
It is.
27 countries. How many countries has Sean worked in?
30.
Seven years of results. I think it was interesting. I was researching, so I'm working with a friend to get free PR, like the kind you don't pay for, and organic or whatever you call it. It takes work though, right?
Right.
And I had to come up with a dream 100 of places I wanted to be on. And I was going through and I hit up, because we were working with him yesterday, his podcast. They're either all done by men, interviewing men, or on their own. Or if they have their wife, it's like this wife-husband team.
True.
Thought that was interesting.
I'm about to start one myself 2 weeks from now, a little more, 2.5 weeks from now.
But part of me, like as a woman, I'm like, oh, why can't y'all have a woman as anything other than your wife on your podcast? And I'm like, that's what their whole thing is about. It's all about men. Don't take that away from them.
I'm trying to think if that's...
Well, that is their branding. That is their avatar.
Got it.
So it's just different. That's who they speak to. Is this actually a word? Let me scroll out here.
Is this actually a word?
No. It is a graphic. See the words on the page?
It's simple, it works.
They're not clickable. That means, yep. This is like a custom graphic instead of words.
That whole piece is?
Well, there's 3 different graphics here. A modern man's guide to having it all. This one here. And this. I was wondering, like, how did they get the shading? It's a graphic.
Yeah, it would make sense that it would be that. And, if you're using a black background I think that's a cool look. I mean, it's probably a PNG on black that's then gets folded into the other. It gets folded into the rest. I like it though.
All right, we got the word. So let's see if they have anything over in VisMe. Did I get this earnings disclaimer? Let me put that at the bottom. I'm trying to think of all the things that people have to have, and if it's at least linked to something.
Yeah.
Because I doubt a lot of people are going to come in here and do it. At least it's linked to something.
Right.
What was it? Oh, VisMe. So VisMe I can do. They fixed my account.
Well, that was nice of them.
Well, it was one of those, like, they don't have, like, automatic rollover on their yearly whatever funding. And so it just took me to a free account, which does nothing, and my account was huge. I went from being, like, the largest plan they have to being free. I couldn't even download a PNG file. So fun.
That's no fun.
It's still not right. $15 projects.
What?
That doesn't even make sense. Of course, I'm way over. Well, I can work around that, but I am going to toss out a quick email here.
It's like,
oh my God.
What?
View plans. One app for all. Did they get it?
I don't know.
Sumo.
Did they?
I mean, I'm cool with deleting most of these, but it's just annoying. Before I do all this work, let me make sure I can. Okay, it's an option. I got most of my stuff back, so let's back to dashboard. Let's see if I can figure out. Oh, it's going to be annoying. Theme, my files. All right, it's just easier when I can start from scratch and they're making my life hard. Back to dashboard. How many of these things do I have? I have so many.
That's so funny.
Oh, this is not fun. I do want to create a quick graphic, though, to show that it can be done. Let's not delete that one. I don't even think I used that business card. I made it and didn't like it. Guide template, color palette, thumbnail. Let's not do that one. I like that one. Forbes. It should definitely be interesting to see what working with the intern to get PR does. And
Right.
the goal of people putting it together is they want to make a case study out of it for hiring an intern and training them up so you can add PR as a service to your agency. So imagine being able to make a book funnel for somebody and then turn around and add free pseudo time publicity to it.
Nice.
Right?
Be
So
awesome.
say we're free, we'll add some publicity behind it to give you some traffic. Hopefully, it certainly shouldn't be something that you're depending on, free traffic. Can't even begin to explain to you how annoying this is. Am I under 15 yet? Oh my God, I'm not even close.
You're not even close. Are you kidding?
Nah. No, because I have too many pictures. All right, that irritates me to no end. So what I'm going to do is do more of the list version. I'll do blocks. Let's do blocks. I can make blocks quick on here. Let's see if I can go to one that I like. What did I just see? HCC. Honor. Not systems.
You didn't. I think this is the thing that, again, with what you're doing here to make all these things work.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is what becomes so valuable with this kind of template in things like this. People don't necessarily understand sometimes what it takes to, again, create the simplest picture, or seemingly simple, right?
Seemingly simple. Let's kind of like that one, but not with my face. You know what? Screw it all. If I don't need to do a PNG, which is the only reason, just kind of build exact similar to what he built, use relay that, and it's a lot faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. Let's do something informative. So it's got all these variations whipped out for me. So many choices.
Yes.
Relay that is killing it for me. So much done for me. So nice.
Relay that is seems like a very quality tool.
Greg Carpenter, who put it together, yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'm a big fan. Step one. He was having to do a ton of social at the same time.
Right.
And so he created something that could do it fast. Let's see. Recon. Let's do it that way. There are times where it does get a little slow because it's processing.
Right. But I mean, it's got some great capability and makes some really outstanding product.
Oh, yeah.
That can be then carried into the rest of this.
Step one, the recon phase. Learn what you don't know. You don't know. So yeah, you'll see it like lag here as it tries to, because it automatically
Is it trying to?
changes the font size and everything.
It's making it more the size appropriate and all the. That's nice. It's awesome that it has that capability.
Oh yeah. I don't necessarily need. Which one is showing? I've got like double logo over here. Oop, I like that one. Take that one off. So it's got like different options and you just turn them off and on. Step one, the recon concept phase. Learn what you don't know. You don't know. Pretty simple. We got border option. I want a border. You know what? In this case, a border might be nice. I don't know about an overlay. No, we're gonna go with the overlay. I like it. So why won't? There's my download. That was another one I was researching, was Honor, Courage, Commitment the other day. They've done great at getting media.
Right. How are they doing it?
Oh, I think they know each other and they have a good mission.
Got it.
Did I get that right? Formation, pre-deployment formation phase. So the pre-deployment formation phase, that is going to be build it. Build.
That's awesome.
Empire foundations.
It's just wild that it does all that.
Oh, it's great. Come on. There we go. Step two.
Yeah.
So then we're going to download that one.
Just takes a second, but.
And the idea is we're kind of doing like bullet points again, but we're letting people know that something is not hard. That is the whole point of it. Step
I'm just
3.
thinking through with the book I want to do. How do I circle the, I wonder if I do the Empower acronym. Probably do.
In what way? Oh, for this section?
Yeah.
Deployment.
I like it.
Validation phase.
Ooh, I know. Ooh.
Ooh. What are you thinking about over there?
Well, I'm getting ideas when I watch what you're doing, and you know, the process, it sparks pictures and thoughts and, you know, background pictures and the steps.
Take on market share. There we go, and then we're going to download that as soon as the button becomes available. There we go. Slowly but surely it gets there.
Nice. It's awesome. I'm getting ideas. I love when I get ideas.
That's the point.
Well, I think that's the fun of doing this, when you're looking at how do you grow your funnel and how do you take and make things pop. You know, you kind of, you look at some of the other ideas. Again, I think too many people try to reinvent the wheel. It's just like, why are we reinventing the wheel? The wheel's already been invented. It just seems like a lot of work. Don't reinvent the wheel. You know, do what's already been done. Makes sense. Or parallel what's already been done.
Step 4, the occupation growth phase. Turn the full war machine on to scale your business. Anytime adding that little word. There we go. I probably could have changed up the image. That would have been cooler. Darn it. Let's do that later. Not important now.
Why?
What we are going to do is add some images here. Oops. Trying to drag the wrong thing. There we go. Take that away, move this over. This is the downside of not using a mouse.
I'm not using what?
I'm not using a mouse. There we go.
Got
and
it.
Then I'm going to add some bottom margin, min height, top margin. Okay, so I'm going to have to do it in this picture. Formatting. Go up to here, block settings. I need some left padding and right padding.
Oh, no. Of course.
Oh, no.
Just think it's funny.
I guess I want the pictures to go all the way across. I want them to change up the page a little bit.
Right.
So it doesn't like anything over 100. There we go. That's all right. Let's see if I can at least get this in the right Website, backgrounds, clients, digital marketing, dojo logos, news, people, products. Not really any of those, so we're just going to dump it here. I'm going to be like fanatical when we move to 2.0 about my folder structuring.
Yeah. Well, I think that, yeah, I'm excited about 2.0. When can we have it?
When?
When can we have it?
They're testing it.
That's unacceptable.
Like, I want it now. All right, look, I got number 2 and 2 again. I'm terrible.
But but it's a cool thought process of bringing those.
I'm not going to miss doing this back and forth.
Yeah, no kidding. So you're going to put 3 under 2 and then 4 under 1 with arrows.
Let's copy it. Do that. And I probably should have done that a different way, but whatever. I did it the hard way. So I like doing things the hard way, obviously. Then I'm going to replicate this whole thing. That looks good, though. I'm wondering if I should make them smaller, though.
That's what I think so. I mean, I almost wonder if the actual graphic shouldn't be the suggestion that it's one graphic that has whether it be 4 pillars or something like that.
Well, yeah, certainly. I think at this point, I'm just trying to.
I know you're just trying
to fill the.
You're trying to create a template. I get that, but I almost wonder if that doesn't. I almost wonder if you don't simplify it in pillar 1, pillar 2, pillar 3, pillar 4.
So that was the debate, or not debate. That is the choice you have to make. What works best for your individual business?
Right.
So if you can step out your business, step 1, step 2, step 3, this is what we're going to do, then you use steps. If it's more conceptual, then you use the pillars. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Image settings. Oh, there's my bottom margin.
Yeah, it's intriguing to me because I'm thinking of that's really a cool picture that you have behind there.
It's fun drinking my champagne while educating the masses.
As it should be.
The only way. It really is. Let's see. Is that 3 or 4? This is 3. Comes in. I wish there was a way to like minimize. I don't have a way to say I only want it to be this maximum size. I'm left to compare it to the ones beside it, which is fine.
Yeah, you just got to kind of arrow it
the
up.
The other way, you've got more to do, and this way I can just drag and drop. So, is that perfect? No. Is it what he had? No. But this is where, you can't completely copy him.
Well, no, but I mean, you're trying to create a concept, a thought.
Yeah.
Trying to create a visual. Hey, build it like this.
Exactly. Okay, and then we're going to the fun stuff. Going back to video background. And it's really, really repetitive what we're about to do. We're going to drag and drop this down below if it'll let me. All right, we'll drag and drag this up there. So there's my pretty face again. All we have here are reviews. Now, these are custom graphics. If you look, we discussed this before. It's got the glow PNG we've got a line that crosses over the border that adds interest, right? To make it look non-standard. They've pulled, here's the whole review, total screenshot from Facebook, very tiny, but they blew up like a piece of the word that matters. And then, of course, we have it leaving the edge here, which really cool. But for a template, does not make sense to do that.
No, I mean, hard to build a template, but it's a cool look.
Oh, very cool, very cool, very cool. So let's go back to Archivio here, and we're going to delete all of me. I didn't see any words there, did I? Nope. It is word-free. So we're going to delete this, delete this, delete the words, delete the words. Could leave that image, but I'm not. Go ahead and delete that too. And then I'm just going to drag some image block files. This block needs some more padding. Oh, that's the wrong one. Top padding. 70. Some bottom padding. Give them some space. I kind of want to give, you know what, we can center the images here to give it interest. I want to say I have testimonials. Browse. Social media, use funnel templates.
I like the social media testimonials too, though, the way they look.
Oh, yeah. Page assets, PDFs, research, side view, work for marketing. Where did I do that at? Oh, I think that was it. Oh, I got logos. Clicked on the wrong one.
I know what I was looking up.
What were you looking at?
I was just looking up like 7-point I guess I can start with 7-pointed star. Just trying to see what this all looks like. I'm just thinking of how to represent. It's how do you take what you just did with those 4 pillars and how to put them together. It's very intriguing.
Editor uploads icons, page assets, maybe? Oh, that's everything. Being silly with me today. All right, if not, I'm just going to go to Warfare Marketing.
Yeah, just pull.
Oh, wait, sorry, wrong one. Facebook, then Warfare Marketing. What is it giving me? Backgrounds, again, I just need to be better at putting everything in a good folder so I know where it's at. But we're going to go over here to reviews. I want to squish it. Oh, well, let me squish anymore.
I'm going to go there and just look. Just make it easier.
All right, 4. I'm going to go ahead and keep some of the comments. Two. 3. 4. There's my negative review.
What?
Called me a privileged navel gazer.
What?
Privileged navel gazer. Like, I've never worked with this person in my life, but I used the hashtag make Facebook fun again. So,
yeah,
a negative review for it. I have like all the things, like all my cursing that I could have like taught in some stuff for, right?
Yeah, really. Han's a good dude.
Thought I had 2 negative ones. I wonder if
I only saw, one. I didn't
they were
even see
both
the
around
one.
the same time, so.
I didn't
I
even
think I
see
have
the
more
one.
reviews than I thought I did. I've missed a few. And yes, I'm screenshotting a lot of them because
Well, it's good to have size and
channel has a tremendous amount of posts or testimonial screenshots. Again, these are, like you said, always good to have them, right?
always good to have. Whether you use them or not, that's a whole nother story.
And the desktop where they're hiding. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Wow. Look at you go.
All right, so we're going to start just on, I can keep track, just one after another. Because if not, I will lose track of where I'm at. Two. And somebody pointed out, one of my other marketers, that I'm not even taking the time to change the file name away from screenshot. I could totally do that, but I'm not.
It's a cool look. I really like that. The whole idea of having a screenshot and the...
To me, it looks honest. I believe it more than I do when people just write.
Exactly.
That, and I get like some of the people I was looking, like when I was looking for yours, or through your page that, you're using where that's just typed out. But the flip side of that is a lot of it was, the speaking you did was before social media and these public review forums were popular.
Right. Exactly. So,
what are you going to do? Go back to Jack Canfield and ask him for hey, can you stop with your busy life and write me a review?
Exactly.
Oh, gosh.
Exactly.
Oh, gosh.
On your upcoming mentoring cruise, would you stop long enough and... Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think that it's very interesting that it is like that. The whole world of where they come and how you get them and all that is very different today.
Yep. All right, so I've got these here, and then I've got another buy button that is, if you look at this, it is separating the exact same video. So the same video is used in the background. So it looks like a seamless with just this band. How cool is that?
Yeah, there's some cool design in there.
And it's dark. There's always that. So whether that works or not for you and your brand, it would not be hard to make this light. And then he has, remember that one we couldn't build the other day. Let's see.
I thought you ended up building it. No?
I started it, but I couldn't download it as a PNG file.
Got it.
And they just emailed me back. They're like, the limit of 15 is real for the AppSumo deal.
Wow.
Whatever. They've made me angry. That cannot be undone. Well, in so many regards, I only use them for quick PNG files. I've been using Design Pickle for all my more complicated stuff, so I don't have to sit here and do it. The only reason I'm doing it now is because we're live. In fact, I'm not, because I just realized what time it is. So I'm just going to come over here and copy-paste this button. Well, copy-paste. Duplicate this button. I'm going to keep it orange because that's been our buy button this whole time, even though he did red. Obviously, if your brand supports.
Right.
Let's see how he gave his. Yes, give me my Warrior business bundle. Yes. We are going to
like it.
Change the width though. Ooh, too big. Send me the. Make it bigger.
Uh-oh.
Flat gradient colors. Label color, background color, border color. Let's see a gradient. Anyways, yes, I want this now.
Good looking.
You know what? He took this part off. Font size. Here's what I was looking. Ooh, it changed my color.
This is my new job. I just really get to get money.
This is 78 because I'm surrounded in the office.
Let's
Thank you very much.
center. And then I'm going to block settings, no minimum height. I am going to put some formatting on this button. Why is it changing the color on me?
Change the
And
color?
it won't change it back.
We could have saved a lot of time and saved you money and everything else.
Thanks, Brian. Bye-bye. Will do. Thank you.
Weird. Every now and then.
It chose the color change?
75. It changed the font. It changed the color of the font. That's annoying. You know what? We're going to leave that right now, and then we're just going to duplicate this.
And do it again.
One, two, three, four, one. So you can see how quickly it is to just go through here and add. Like once they're in there, size them up a little bit so they don't look huge. Go through here. Now you said you have, is it 13 books? How many books do you have?
13.
How did you end up writing that many?
You know, you start doing the first one and then you get an idea for a second one, and then somebody asks you to be part of another one, and
I'll be part of one too.
So yeah, some are fully authored books, some are contributions, some are co-authored, some are a little bit of everything. It's really interesting. I just did not too long ago, did a speaking event with a guy, and it's really, in fact, we were texting about it yesterday or the day before yesterday, and he just said, I really want to do a book with you. And so it was a cool thing for him to do, but he was on I helped him get on a radio show here in Dallas the other day, and so I was just texting him saying, wow, what a killer interview you did. And he said, thanks. And I went, by the way, I said, still want to do the book. And he goes, yeah, let's do that now. It's like, okay. So, well, but I think it's really cool. I think it actually would be if we go down the path that I think that we'll go down, I think it'll be a really cool book.
U plus 1 case study. A dash of the case study.
Nice.
It's a little bit of a thinner font, so let's take that bold off. Let's take formatting off. There we go. A little closer, and then 10x his business. That's 4x. What did they do?
What did we do?
I
Now
use
I gotta-
caps for that. I did use caps. And do they use a period? No, no periods.
We
All
12
right,
and a, we 12 and a half X the business.
All righty. Getting all particular.
No, it was just funny because I had never thought of it that way. See, it's funny how things, again, things change, right? The way people refer to things, do things, blah, blah, blah.
All right, what we got here? Testimonial. Give a testimonial clip quote here. I feel like you won't have any problems with that aspect.
With what aspect?
What? Getting little testimonial clips.
Yeah, I mean, I actually I almost like the idea. What if you had little testimonial videos?
So that's what I'm putting in right now.
I like it.
All right, I'm gonna copy this just so I don't want to go back and forth. Edit, paste and match style. Let's make it white. Not big, but I need it probably a little bigger. There you go. Testimonial name, client of
Your work.
used our funnel machine. Grow his business from 2 figures a year to over
3 figures a year. More? Bigger?
100K monthly.
I think it's
success
awesome.
story while igniting his community and giving back to developing countries with your water wells.
Nice.
Let's give this one a hair of formatting. All right. And so this one, I've got a video in a freaking video. So we have the same video here, so we're not going to change that.
Got a video in a video?
I got a video. So this is a video, and the background's a video.
That's
and so
awesome.
then it just becomes drop a video. I don't know why that works that way.
Padding.
I'm actually just going to, so I don't have to go search, I'm just going to steal the video from over here and put it here. Change the width a little bit. I think that was a little bit large. A little padding.
There you go.
Right? So how's that look?
Looks good. I like it.
And then
I
that's
think that's-
one.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's got another one. So what we're going to do for the purposes of this is we're just going to copy this. Obviously, the thing is, and the reason I don't mind making these long, it's a lot easier to delete.
Oh, yeah.
So much easier to delete. What I do like is at the bottom here, it's very consistent. And what we're looking at, it is written testimonials, buy button, video testimonial, buy button, written testimonial, buy button, video testimonial. And he's still got another one. He's got 3 more sets of this. So at 10, 12, I'll finish it up down to 25% on my battery. Save it, for crying out loud. And then I do want to see it. Let's take a look
Yeah.
that we created. So we got our 2-step buy.
I like it.
You still loading? Oh, there's my video. So the downside of this page is it's got a lot to go, but if I put a different background here with a video that's just a rolling clip, instead of a 1 hour long clip, that will load tremendously faster. So you can see it here. We've got a process, whatever yours might be. We have the same video. It keeps on playing all the way down the page in each block that it's on. And I like almost, see how this video right here only slightly moves because my camera was on a stand that was wobbling a little bit?
Yeah.
I almost like that better. It creates the same effect that some of these videos do where it's kind of a jerky motion. It's not fluid, right?
Right.
By strip, of course, I like his better. This is highly custom though, right?
Yeah, but
Go make yours.
the point is everybody can do that if they know where the elements go.
Right.
I mean, the point is, if you want to take the time and the energy and the effort and do all the different stuff, you can do it. You just have to.
I love the idea of using the videos. I love that.
I do too.
That looks cool. So cool beans.
Awesomeness. You know what? Oh gosh.
What?
That just gave me the video just gave me an idea.
What?
Of being able to at the offices there is put up, because one of the presentations I obviously do is off the book. Without customers, you got nothing. So poof, you've got that. Just like you had your marketing strategy header right up on the TV screen.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you have the book header is actually produce a short video for that. You know,
Like I do where it's on the TV screen behind you?
exactly. Yeah. But that's
because it scrolls over here and there it is. It's my little dude, my logo in the background.
Yeah, like that. I'm just saying that. So I've got my purple, like when I did the training at BGN not long ago, the purple background.
That's how they did it.
What?
How do I make that work? Formatting, background, image, general, background color, opacity. Ooh, let me see if I can save that. Because I was trying to figure, like that one had one video and it played continuously.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out, let me refresh this. I bet I changed it up on the top maybe. I'm gonna have to figure out where that works at. Oh, there, oh, it changed it up here. So yeah, for that one, so that's how they did the seamless one. I would have to change the page block.
Right.
So for now I'm gonna undo that. Up here in the settings and the page options to background video. Background color F. Page
Got it.
I.
That's cool.
But that way, what are we on that I can, that makes this up here, so I would just need it in dark color, so editing it, but the editing on that is simple.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's how they get the one consistent, and then each layer is just transparent, instead of each one having a separate one and having to load that video.
It just loads once.
Yeah.
Got it. Now I'm going for a video.
Man, that almost be kind of cool to create one with just the background in my office there.
Right.
With that white background and the lights going in black text. Nice. All right. So this is where I can get excited and geek out. Now I'm doing like what you do.
No, I know. I mean, all of a sudden I'm seeing, again, think about when I had the purple background with the white letters popping through with the, with the title and sitting there. Now that's a filmable moment, right?
Yes.
Which then becomes the background, which is that's an easy production piece. That's a
Easy.
5 minute production piece. right?
I like that. Well, coolness.
That's what I'm saying about creating a cool, cool asset like this, right? And then being able to replicate the asset in different niches, different.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's cool as can be.
Let's see. All right. Any questions?
No,
I think that's calling it a day.
It's a day. We'll call it a day. And we'll be back tomorrow. Have fun.
All right. Bye, guys. Thanks,
See you.
Scott.